What is up, guys? Welcome back. It's been a minute.
Fuck you, nigga.
A lot of things have changed since, I recorded my last video. Obviously, a new room set up. There's a Predators poster now. I know that's like hella extra. But I decided, it's been a minute and I need to come back to the platform. I've also have a new YouTube channel that's been around, but I had to rebrand it. It's called Todd from Target. I'm gonna put a link for it in the description somewhere, along with for its Instagram, because I'm now a meme page. It's gone viral numerous times. I don't know if I told you the good news, but Sexy Red liked my post. Yes, Sexy Red. That.
Get it sexy, get it sexy, get it sexy, get it sexy. Boy, you know this ass super fat.
That Sexy Red. So yeah, I was excited myself. So for today's story time, I recently traveled to Oregon. Yeah, it was very fun. Loved the place. Very green. Really loved it. Yeah, Portland, Oregon. Loved it. Miss it. And now it involves a bunch of stories that I've received while there. But my favorite one I would love to tell is going to be most definitely my trip to
God damn, nigga. Bro. You good? Yo.
To a gay bar. It was a very interesting thing to do. It's a new experience. Didn't expect that to happen. So one of the things I really do enjoyed about Portland, deadass, was because I got to meet up with my friend Marty again. If you don't know who Marty is, this is her.
CIT wild with it. She's so cheap with it. He's so fleet with it.
You said he's been talking to her since he was 16?
About then.
Yeah, that nigga is wasting your time. Find something different. Love her. I genuinely love her. I miss her. I miss Zoe. They're coming up later in this story. But yeah, so I decided a couple months ago that I was going to go visit her because she was feeling homesick. Marty's from Tennessee, so Marty was feeling very homesick. So I told Marty, I said, yeah, give me until April. I'll come visit you. So April slides by. I come visit her. And it leads up to today. So it starts off with me, this happened Friday. So this is like April 19th? Yeah, it was April 19th. So we wake up, we're getting ready to go to class. And while we're in her class, we're like low-key just chopping it up, just talking. And I put Marty on a new word. Because obviously, I like to say the N-word, but if I'm in a new setting where people don't know how they're used to me, I will come up with substitute words. Like, I don't know if you remember from my previous YouTube videos from later, I had like Ninja Blender, Ninja, all the other jazz. So I didn't come up with the word, it was Jalen Milroe. I heard off of College Game Day back in like January, where he said like, naysayer. So I was telling Marty, I was like, yeah, I said those naysayers. She said, naysayers? What? Just say the word. I'm like, no. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna say the word. So her friend Mia goes, naysayer, I've never heard of that. So for y'all that are unfamiliar with where the word naysayer comes from, I'm gonna just leave the clip for it in here.
Jalen Milroe often wears his own branded apparel reading LANK across the front. It's an acronym that stands for Let a Naysayer Know. Being told by his former offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien.
That is not what I thought.
Is that not what you thought?
Boy, let a naysayer know.
Let a naysayer know.
Of course.
The professional's right in the middle of his lead. That's all right. I just keep going.
You almost lost me again. It got real tight up here as you were. I just want to let you know.
Reese, you was too smooth with that. I thought it was going down. I thought it was going down out here. Whoa. I looked over and then.
Oh, sorry about it. Let a naysayer know.
Let a naysayer know.
Literally, so they both started dying laughing watching this shit. So I think I said something along the lines, and I think Mia goes, those naysayers. And then she jumps up out her seat and goes, I can say that, right? For those that don't know, naysayer literally just means doubter. It just means doubter. So you do not have to question yourself if you can say the word. It just means doubter. But this goes on to afterwards. So when class ended, we're walking to the car. She was like, "Oh yeah, we're definitely going to CC's tonight." Now in the back of my head, as a Tennessean, I'm not familiar with the area. But when I hear the word CC's, what are we all gonna assume? CC's Pizza. We're not gonna assume there's a club called CC's unless you're familiar with the Portland, I think Beaverton area. I was not. Like I said, I'm just new. Literally, my Uber driver questioned why the fuck I was there. That's literally all I was wondering, like, what the fuck I was doing there. Once that all went down, we decided, pick up some stuff to go pregame. And I got a couple of clips of Marty, getting turned before we get in there. Fucks with her, bro. That's why I said I fucks with her. But like I said, very not used to how Oregon's, like, all their things go down there. So for example, we had to stop at I can't believe I'm about to say this. We stopped at Adam and Eve's. I did not know that was a physical store. Growing up the entire time, I've seen like a bunch of ads on this place. I always assumed it was just a web store, nothing more. So I'm like, okay, I didn't know this was an actual physical place. So I get there. Now the only cool thing about Oregon, there is no such thing as sales tax down there. Yes, I am being dead serious. So whatever the price is that is. It's nothing more to it. There's not like $1.99 to it. There's not no 98 cents to it. It's literally the price. So Marty told me to grab these things called poppers. For those of y'all that don't know, poppers are essentially, I can't say it, but that's essentially what poppers are. Just put two and two together. It's kind of what Juice WRLD had a song about. If you could put two and two together, I will put the song's name up here. But yeah, that's literally what poppers are. So I go into the store, I buy it. So I'm very not comprehensive with things. So I asked the lady, which one gives off the best, pleasure. She goes, "Oh, well, it's this one." And I go, "Cool, how long does it last?" So thinking she's talking about, like, if I do it, how long will it last? She's, "Oh yeah, 30 days. What? And I go, 30 days? I gotta get on a plane. I can't have this still on me while I'm in the air. And she goes into details saying, no. The thing lasts for 30 days until it expires. I'm like, oh. I know, she was probably wondering, like, what the fuck is this boy on? So yeah, I was like, okay, well, so apparently it actually generally lasts for like 2 minutes. I didn't do it. I mean, I'm getting there. So we buy that. We stop at this liquor store. And to update y'all now, I am currently a bartender at my job. So while I went to the liquor store, Marty told me to grab some very cheap liquor. So I'm like, okay, what is, and I said, cheap liquor? She said, just grab the cheapest vodka you could find. So I'm like thinking to myself, I said, damn, what is the cheapest vodka someone could buy? So I'm like looking all throughout the store. The worker goes, "Oh yeah, what can I grab for you?" I said, "Oh, I'm just browsing around. So I'm trying to find the brand of this, but I can't think of the name." He said, "Oh yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know." I said, "Oh yeah, appreciate that, man." So I'm like sitting there for a good few minutes, and I think to myself, wait a minute, what did Alicia constantly always tell me? For Alicia is my coworker. I fucks with Alicia. So I'm like, damn, what did the liquor she always constantly tell me was like the cheapest vodka? So then then I kept hearing I kept hearing in my head, it's Stolies. So I ended up getting Stoli vodka. So I ended up buying that. It came up to about like $29.95. Like I said, no sales tax down there, so it's good on my part. So I ended up buying that. We head on to go pick up her friend Zoe, and Zoe fucking loves Zoe. She, like I said, she comes up later on in this story. So we pick up Zoe, introduce myself to her, we chop it up for a little bit, and we head back to Marty's apartment. So I am given the task to build Marty's couch because, yeah, she had recently just moved into her apartment and everything was still not so set up. So yeah, I'll definitely build your couch for you. I fucked up building the couch. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't even read the instructions. I literally did the most man thing possible, thinking I can build it without looking at instructions. So I built the couch perfectly. It's just I didn't follow directions. So as soon as I finish it, I'm like, oh yeah, like this is done. I sit down, I bust my ass. I'm not even kidding. I literally busted my ass sitting down. Like I literally tumbled. Like if I could find like if I could find like an example of what happened, I legit tumbled. So all they just heard me go is, "Ah, fuck." So I get up. Marty and Zoe's like, what happened? I'm like, well, I think there's something wrong with your couch. What do you mean? There's something wrong with your couch? So what do you mean there's something wrong with my couch, Chris? I just bought it. Well, guess what? I think something's wrong with it. So I literally set it back up and I said, you know what? I need someone to do a demonstration. So Marty can now walk. At first she was hurt. She recently hurt her ankle, but that's a story for another day. So I didn't want to test it on her. So I told Zoe, I said, well, Zoe, you try. So mind you, Zoe had this big white towel, and she was probably naked. I ain't gonna hold you. She was probably naked. And she was like, I'm not trying to do it. What if I fall? I said, I just need an example person to do this. I'm not gonna do it again. I literally already busted my ass. I need someone else to take the heat.
It's an evil world we live in.
So she sits down and she immediately falls. She catches herself, but she falls back. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, see, I told you, there's something wrong with your couch. So then Marty goes, or more like, Chris, you didn't set it up right. What do you mean I didn't set it up right? She was right. I actually did not set it up right. So we literally had to connect all the things together, like all the pieces and junk together. So yeah, I legit had it wrong. So Marty, if you're watching this, yes, I fucked up. But I can admit my fuck up. So once we get done with that, I end up changing clothes to, appropriate. Like I said, never been to a club. Didn't even think we were going to a club. So we're like pre-gaming, this, that, and the third. So we do the poppers. So they explain to me how it works. And I'm literally like pondering my life. Like if I could find a picture of the deer just having his arms against the railing, that was literally me in her windowsill. Like, damn, am I really about to do this? Like, do I really want to do this to myself? So then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna have to get through this eventually. So I said, sure, I'll do it. I did it wrong. I ain't gonna hold you. I did it completely wrong. So the purpose of it, you're supposed to like hold your nose and then just take a whiff. So I took like a small whiff. I said, it smells like chlorine. And then I hear Zoe going, you did it wrong. You did it wrong. Let me try. She tries it. I just heard the loudest inhale. And I just looked. Me and Marty just both looking at each other. And we look back at Zoe. I'm like,
Ain't never ever seen you act like this before.
hey, yo, what the fuck? Like I said, did not expect that. So then we end up doing shots of the Stolies. So then we call up an Uber. We head. So as soon as we're about to head up to the as soon as we're about to head off to the club into the Uber, we come across Marty's neighbor. I think her name is Kathy. I might have it right, Kathy. So we come across her neighbor Kathy. She seems like a very cool chick. I ain't gonna hold you. She sounds like a very cool chick. So Kathy comes around and she's like talking to Marty, just chopping it up with her, chopping it up with Zoe, chops it up with me, and then we head on to the Uber. We get in the car and they are partying in the back seat. Like, I think we were riding in a Tesla. And the guy was like, oh yeah, I got Spotify back there if y'all want, use it out. So they put on, I'm going to show the clip of them partying the Boosie Badass in the back seat. But yeah, when I tell you, Marty Reed Zylstra is built different. She is most definitely built different. Same with Zoe. If I feel bad I don't know Zoe's last name, but yes, Zoe is also built different too. That's why I fucks with both of them. So we get to the club. Now mind you, I'm like partying. I'm like really feeling myself. And I'm like, hell yeah, I don't know what this club is, but we about to turn up. We pull up, we get out of Uber, we meet up with her friend, we meet up with their friend Sam. Love Sam too, really fucks with Sam. So we pull up, meet up. So we get to the club. They tell us, oh yeah, it's a $5 free to get in. I said, $5? So I'm thinking the bouncer was thinking like, is that too much? Like, no. This is cheap for my standards. That's actually not bad. Cause the last time I went to a club, technically was what was it? It was Magic City. For those of y'all that don't know Magic City, Mr. Future Hendrix, would you love to explain what Magic City is for the urban audience?
Magic City, I'm the owner. Tell Steve Harvey I don't wanna.
Yeah, so I went to that Magic City he was talking about. And let's just say it was a very unique experience because their cover charge at the door was $65. Now imagine to my chagrin hearing it's $5 to get into a club compared to $65 in a whole nother state. It's wild to me. It's generally insane. So once I hear that, I'm like, bro, hell yeah, I'm definitely taking that. So Zoe goes up to Marty and asks, hey, Marty, can you help me get in? I said, bro, no, don't worry about it. I'll pay for you to get in. She's like, are you sure? Yeah, I promise you. You're Gucci. I will pay for you to get in. So I paid for me and Zoe's way to get in. We head inside. It is an impromptu drag show. I'm not joking. It is an impromptu drag show. I will show a clip of it. I think I have it somewhere in my phone, but I got a clip of it in my phone. So there's a clip of it in my phone. I'm gonna show you guys how it was. It was very, like I said, it was a unique thing. Like I said, I'm not used to that kind of stuff. Like, again, I was just standing like a southerner in disbelief. I wasn't taken aback by it. I wasn't like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, bro, this is wild. Like I'm just taken back. So then the dancer comes up to Zoe, and then the dancer comes up to me. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to scream because if I screamed, it would have caused like mad hysteria. But I just had an internal scream because, alright, so like I said, this is no shade to the lady. Like I said, she was just trying to do her thing, do what she had to do. But it caught me so off guard because like, bro, I did not expect that. But like I said, it's an experience nonetheless. So we get there, and the first thing I did when we actually walked through the doors, so before we even got to like the drag queen part, I'm glad Kevin Durant did this, because that's the reason why this video exists. So I don't know if y'all seen this lately, but Kevin Durant was like in the club like doing jump shots.
Katie and this bitch breaks in that jumper. This shit never off season, nigga. You're right, Katie. Hell yeah.
Like, I'm not kidding. Like, there's a photo of this brother doing this. So literally, I was happy. I'm like, damn, now I can finally make a video telling people about this. So literally, when I first stepped into the club, I literally did a jump shot, and Marty's, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, what? She was like, bro, you were in a club, not a goddamn basketball court. So literally, I'm just like, I just had to let it be known that the jumper was wet. I had to let it be known. I'm in Portland, Oregon, home of Dame Time Lillard. I just had to let it be known what type of timing I was on as soon as I stepped in. What did the bro say?
I told you when I first came here, I said I ain't come here to waste my time.
I come here to waste no time. Ah, man. But it gets later on into the day, and Zoe wanted to tip the dancers. So I look at Zoe, I said, do you want to tip them? She's like, yeah. And I was like, alright. So I gave her $10 in one so she could tip her. She's like, Chris, are you sure? I was like, I am a bartender back home. It is fine. Just do what you gotta do. So she ends up tipping the dancers. Now mind you, there is a gentleman in the club like gathering the tips. And I ain't gonna hold you. I thought bro was on some good timing because he had on the Bass Pro Shops fitted. I think he had on like a designer tee and some joggers, some similar to that kind of fit. So I'm like, okay, like bro was not on that type of timing, so that's kind of good. So the last person that was on their set, they had Cartman as their intro. So me knowing Marty is a huge South Park fan, and I'm pretty sure she loves Eric Cartman. So I was like, hey, yo, Marty, Cartman is playing. So then she's like screaming, getting all excited. Then this hating ass lady, like across from her, just looks at me, and then I look at her, and then she looks at me, and I'm like, what you want me to do, bro? It's a club. So then, clearly seeing I'm not gonna do anything about Marty, she walks over to Marty, taps her, and goes, hey, you're being a little too loud.
Bro, really?
It is a club. You decided to come to it. It's supposed to be loud. What do you think everyone else has been doing this past couple of minutes? You just singled her out because you thought she was doing the most. Whoever that lady is, I can't necessarily hate on you because I don't want to get this demonetized, even though I don't get paid just for doing this. It's just a hobby at this point. But I hope good things come up on you, sister.
Yes.
But anyways, once that all happened, Marty felt like down because like the lady basically just killed her mood. So finally, these guys was like, no, keep going, like you were really lit, sweetie, go, keep going. So then Marty all of a sudden gets like a random boost. So she's like happy again, she's dancing. So then I think so mind you, it's the same brother I was talking about with the Bass Pro Shops fitted. Tell me why. I'm like watching the set. I cut my eye to my right side. This naysayer is butt booty naked. I'm not even joking. This man was naked.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
I said, what the fuck is going on? He's just literally picking up tips. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? So I'm like, okay, this is very new to me. So then I hear like the DJ going, everyone stepping on the floor, this, that, and the third. So it's traditional club music, like you're. So I'm like, oh yeah, no, we Gucci. We gonna fuck shit up. So we're like dancing on the, we're like all dancing on the floor. I gotta get a video. I'm gonna show the video of them later dancing. But yeah, like we're all just dancing on the floor, and then I'm dancing with Marty. We're doing our thing. Then Marty pulls me closer. And then I'm like, oh shit. And she was like, Chris, do not turn around, but they're going at it. And I'm like, are they fighting? Mind you, like I said, Southern instinct. You don't think the other thing. She's like, no, they're going at it. Oh, they're kissing? No. She had to tell me, like, they were fucking. Bro, what? I said, oh, get me out. I low-key want to say pull me closer. I don't want to be caught up in the splash zone, if you know what I mean. I literally have told her, no, bro, I'm not, get me out of here. So she pulls me closer. We're on the dance floor again. And they do like a little competition where they choose random people out of the audience. Zoe participated, and Zoe did marvelous. She did marvelous. Like I said, I got a video of her dancing too. I'm not going to try to talk over most of the clips I show, so I'm going to try to show some of them in their entireties. So yeah, she like was dancing over, like she was just dancing, and like I said, she did wonderful. I really like that. So finally, we're heading off to do something. Like I think we were trying to put something in a coat rack, and I think they were trying to charge people for doing that. So I think Sam ended up buying something to eat. So I'm sitting down because I'm like incredibly tired all of a sudden. Because like I said, I am on Pacific time. I am no longer on Central Standard Time. So whatever it is down in Nashville is definitely not what it is in Portland, Oregon. So for example, say if it's like 8 o'clock there, it is 10 o'clock in Tennessee. So I am like, bro, no, this is definitely not it. So I was definitely feeling the fatigueness because at this point, I think it was like 11 o'clock there, which in our time is definitely not 11 o'clock. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So I'm like I said, it took me a minute to get adjusted to Pacific time, considering like all the weird necessities that come with Pacific time. Like even watching sports on Pacific time was weird. Like the Lakers game literally ended at like 9 o'clock. I felt weird knowing that the Lakers literally stopped playing at 9 o'clock. So I said, you know what, forget it. It is what it is. So we're, I think, yeah, once we left the dance floor, we went to the restroom, and these bathroom stalls was like mad weird. Like if I could find a picture of what I'm talking about. So the stalls definitely did not have borders. So I don't know if y'all know, like, you know, the men's 101 about using the restroom. If there's an open, never go to the middle. Never ever go to the urinal in the middle. You always go to the ones at the end. But also, if there's like an open, but the middle is basically, you only get a pass if you go to the middle if there's already people at the one ends that you're supposed to go to. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna do what I was always been told. But no, there's no, like I said, there's no partitions, you know, block off people from, you know, me peeking. So it's like, oh shit, okay, this is definitely wild. So then I recently found out from Marty's Instagram story later on that day, because I think I'm getting too ahead of myself. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I got normal urinals. Meanwhile, I can't even take a shit in here. It's literally straight nothing. It just like a long pole. So I'm like, bro, no, I can't do this. So literally, it was to the point where I was like asking every single dude right beside me, hey, you gotta go? You gotta go? You gotta go? Like, I was not about to be the next man to pee. So luckily, there was like an open corner. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take that. So I go to the open corner, do my business. So I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that's... What if I got a shit? Like, you just leave it, like, it's straight urinals. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is, you know? It's a new setting for me. I gotta used to it. So we step outside, and this random lady goes, hey, I have a blunt if y'all want to take it. So we all walk across the street. You know what? I don't think I can even say that. Let's just say she had a magical leaf. I think that's a better term for words to use. She said, hey, I got this magical leaf. We can go across the street and partake in it. So we walk across the street. Then she goes, oh yeah, by the way, I found this leaf on the bathroom floor in there.
What the fuck?
We just look at the lady like, well, what the fuck did she just say? So I look at Marty, I look at Sam, and I definitely look at Zoe. I'm like, no, and this is like, you can tell my soberness legit came down. So I'm like, oh yeah, no, we're definitely not doing that. We're definitely not doing that. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. So I'm like standing against the lamppost on some trying to be a mystery brother and some shit like that. And she goes, so she asked for everyone's name in a circle. Marty, Zoe, and Sam, they all go. I say, oh, my name's Chris. So then she goes, oh, Chris, get in the circle, get in the circle. I don't know you, ma'am, so I'm not going to get in the circle. So I get in the circle, and they're just passing around this leaf. I'm not going to partake in the leaf because it's not my cup of tea. So then, a random gentleman walks up, his name is Tyson, and he partakes in the leaf as well, along with I think I can say the word vapes. He vapes, so he was vaping as well. And while in the midst of them doing that, the lady walks up to me. She goes, "So Tyler,
nigga, no.
My name's Chris. Oh my god, I'm so sorry." So she's like freaking out. I was like, "Ma'am, you have to like you call me Tyrone or something. My name's Chris. It's cool. It's a very common name. It's okay if you call me Tyler." I mean, I was trying to quell her, you know, basically just, you know, trying to not make her freak out. Because like I said, I don't know how things go in Oregon when it comes to like racism. Maybe they don't give a fuck really. Like I said, maybe it was just a mistake. I didn't really give a fuck really. I just sort of like, bro, it's fine. You didn't know. It's cool, whatever. You know, just, we're Gucci, bro. So then next thing you know, a random guy pulls up. I don't know who this dude is.
Who the fuck is that?
But I get mad skeptical because I don't know who this brother is. So we go across the street, and I got pictures of this part. So they meet a bouncer. His name was Gabraham Lincoln. So they all get a picture with him, and they were having the time of their lives. Like I think there's a picture of like Zoe gripping his beard, and he has like his arms around Marty's waist. That was, I ain't gonna say, bro was very smooth with it. I can't even hold him. Like I said, listen, Mr. Lincoln, I apologize. I was not familiar with your game. So once that all happened, we're all across the street again, and they see these motorcycles. I don't know who these motorcycles belong to, so I'm very hesitant. I've seen that episode of SpongeBob where they were, where I think Patrick pissed off a biker gang, and SpongeBob was like, well, what did he do to piss you off? And then he knocked over the I don't know why that makes me laugh. This is when he knocked over the fucking bikes. So anytime I see like a long line of bikes, like motorcycles, I freak out and think of that episode of SpongeBob. Because like I said, I want to get my ass beat by a bunch of bikers. They got nothing to lose. They're D1 crash outs. So I'm like standing in the back. But luckily, I think the motorcycles belong to the people we were, you know, partaking the good leafs with. So yeah, I kind of quelled my feelings a little bit. but it didn't necessarily make me comfy. So once that all went down, I believe what happened. So they're all just going back and forth, ripping a double, babe. So then I think Sam had to leave. So Sam immediately just peaced out, told Marty, hey, I gotta go, this, that, and the third. So we walk across the street so Sam can get to her Uber. So Sam Ubers, she leaves. So then it gets to me, Marty, and Zoe. Now mind you, as the head honcho of the group, they won't admit it, but I feel like I was. I feel like I'm responsible for every last one of them. So luckily Sam left, so I was in good conscience that Sam was gonna make it home. So Marty hands me her phone. I call up the Uber for us to leave. Then she goes, so then I hear Zoe go, oh, Marty, don't worry about taking me home. I'll Uber myself. So I didn't hear that part. So that part just completely slipped my mind. So we get in the Uber. Like, our Uber pulls up, we get in the car. And then I do a head count. I said, okay, so it's me, you, Zoe. Marty, where's Zoe? Oh, Zoe said she was gonna get a ride herself. I immediately turn around and I'm not freaking out, but I'm like, my heart rate is through the roof because it's like, no, we did not just leave her behind with these random naysayers we just met. What made it even better, low-key, about the whole magical leaps, it was actually 420. So Rob Van Dam was probably somewhere happy when he found out what we were doing that night. That's my guy right there. But so I'm in the car freaking out. I'm like, Marty, we gotta. I'm like freaking out, panicking, because I'm like, bro, we just left her behind. And she's like, calm down, it's fine. I'm like, it's not fine for me. So luckily, Zoe ended up, her Uber showed up, I think, like literally right after me and Marty's. So I was kind of content with, her actually getting an Uber. So I was like, a little bit calmness. So we get back to her place. And mind you, once we get back, we're just talking to the Uber driver. The Uber driver, he was very chill. Like I said, the one thing I do like about all my Uber drivers in Oregon, great conversations, just great conversations. Really love them. Like my Uber driver that took me to Marty's apartment, bro. If you ever come across this, you are a G. I fucking love you, man. You literally made me feel welcome the moment I stepped foot on Oregon soil. Like, I fucked with you heavy. Like, this man told me everything about the place, like stuff, like places to be around, places to not be around, stuff like that. Like, we chopped it up, talked about basketball, talked about life, brought up how, like I said, brought up everything, and I fucking loved him for it. So, hey, listen, bro, if you ever are watching this, bro, I fucked with you heavy. Like, I really do. Like, you are a real one, for real. But yeah, we woke up the next morning, because like I said, I don't remember what happened after we left and got in the Uber. But once we got back, the last thing I remember was I literally knocked the fuck out on the couch. Like, the last thing I remember was just talking to Marty and just falling asleep. Like, I think I still had my headphones on. Like, that's how knocked out I was. So then I woke up, and then I go to Marty and it's like, what happened last night? If I ever, by the time this ends up, because my story's kind of finished at this point, but if she ever, actually picks up my calls, I will let y'all, get a couple of details that she got from me, because I will make a part 2 of this eventually. But yeah, I might shorten this down a little bit, because like I said, I didn't think it was gonna be this too long to recite this entire story. But yeah, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, I'm gonna try to be more consistent with my posts. Like I said, I got more stories to tell that when I was down there. Like, I think low-key, there's like a bunch of school stories down there that I want to tell you that happened while we were there. So yeah, no, I got more coming. Matter of fact, I think the next video I'm gonna try to feature Marty in it to talk about the whole my entire experience on campus with her. So yeah, like I said, there's gonna be more coming. I got more vlogs and stuff on the way coming. Actually, I don't know about the whole vlogs crap, but like I said, a lot more stuff coming. Just like I said, I'm gonna keep y'all posted. And it's Chris, and I'm out.